Welcome back, Truth Seeker. We're going to move quick through this one. A few headlines to cover and limited time to do it. In recent days, something that's been buzzing is a popular YouTuber with nearly 4 million subscribers. P2istheName, found dead in a Los Angeles mailroom. And we're going to talk about him dying on Pi Day, the day the Lakers lost in Colorado. You look up his first YouTube video, he's playing the video game NBA 2K with the Lakers. And again, we're going to talk about how that night the Lakers were playing in the 303 area code, Denver, and he died 303 days after the anniversary of his YouTube channel being created. Seems beyond coincidence. Talk more about it because there's more to it. We're going to go over I see I have a typo in my headline, but we're going to go over the Pulse nightclub fire tragedy in Macedonia and how no doubt this is coordinated with the Ides of March. People entered the club on the Ides of March, died early the next morning, but how this is also coordinated with the Pulse nightclub tragedy in Orlando, June 12, 2016, the reported mass shooting. We're going to talk about Israel ending their ceasefire with Gaza on the 77th day of the year. You know, these bombs being dropped all over Gaza today, paid for by the 77th Meridian West. I'm talking about Washington, D.C. We talked about that number 77 a lot with Israel. And Israel is about to turn 77 years old on May 14th. Keep in mind, established May 14th, 48, going to turn 77 this year. And we have another judge beefing with Trump by the numbers, James Boasberg. This time, we're going to briefly talk about that. And we're also going to talk about the death of Slick Watts of the Seattle Sonics. He joined the team in 73. He's dead at 73. I know this month began with the death of Angie Stone and a big old 73 ritual. There's been others since. We talk about this number all the time in suspicious deaths. The Sonics team that he played for, now the Oklahoma City Thunder, top team in the West. We thought at the beginning of the year that was a very likely scenario since this is the 79th NBA season and the Sonics won the finals in 79. But yeah, we're going to go over all that. Let's start right here with the YouTuber, though, since this is a YouTube video. A number of people asked if I can look into this. Again, if you're new here, Gematria. Look up the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. It's a very real practice. There's been movies made about it, TV shows made about it, songs made about it. There's a song by The Police, Murder by Numbers. It's about how killing's the sport of the elite. It's as simple as A, B, C is 1, 2, 3. But this man, Philip Anawali, if I'm saying his surname correct, he was P2istheName. His birth name equated to 67. Very fateful number. Blood sacrifice and human sacrifice equals 67. You might remember in the days after LeBron joined the Lakers, you had two former UCLA basketball players found dead, both in 67 rituals. Again, if you're new here, we talk about this number all the time when it comes to death in the world of entertainment, celebrity. You could say this man was on a level of celebrity, having nearly 4 million followers. And realize, YouTube's not going to let everybody have 4 million followers. They're in the business of controlling information. No doubt they brought a lot of wealth into this man's life. When you command these kind of views, you become a wealthy person. Again, you're looking at somebody who's been deleted 20 sometimes. I mean, from what we've exposed over the last decade, we deserve to have the most subscribers on the entire platform. But again, YouTube doesn't want our content out there. So deletion, deletion, deletion. And then as of this month, a whole new level of censorship where seemingly nobody's getting any notifications for any videos. But again, for all 11 years that I've been here, I've been talking about this pattern of 67 in death in the world of entertainment. Gematria, the practice of coining numbers into words. If you're in the entertainment world and you have this number connected to your name, you might want to be careful. So that's the starting place. Keep in mind, 67 is the 19th prime number. Right now, YouTube is 19 years old and change. It's going to turn 20 on April 23rd. Funny enough, this man had the same birthday as the anniversary of the first YouTube video ever being uploaded. He was born April 23rd, 98. It was his 7th birthday that the first YouTube video ever was uploaded. YouTube's founding date is not the same as the date that the first video was uploaded. That date is February 14th. from that day to his body being found in a mail room was 28 days later. And just notice how YouTube equals 28, as does mail. In that same cipher that mail equals 28, so does kill. And by the way, just to be clear here, if you are new, very simple practice. This practice going numbers into words. You just take the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. That is the main cipher. The next cipher is just running the alphabetic order in reverse. Z is 1 back to A is 26. And then the other two ciphers you want to know are the alphabetic order with numerology applied and the reverse alphabetic order with numerology applied. That's what you're looking at with this system. It's elementary. It's simple addition. There's nothing complicated about this, but these numbers are very redundant. And again, found dead on Pi Day, March 14th in a mail room. He had just recently announced he was leaving Los Angeles. You can see that he joined YouTube May 15th, 2011. That's not when he uploaded his first video, though. He joined it, like many people, as someone to watch YouTube videos. We'll get to the date that he uploaded his first video. His last live stream was December 3rd, 2024, titled, I have 3 million subscribers, but I'm lost in life. And really, he had almost 4 million. He was just shy of 4 million. His last videos uploaded. Why this is my last month living in Los Angeles. That was uploaded on the 21st of February. He was found dead 21 days later. We'll get to that. In light of the Lakers connection. Again, his first YouTube video is him playing NBA 2K as the Lakers. Lakers has that Gematria 21. Again, he died the night of a Lakers game versus Colorado. You know, the state very much connected to Kobe's death. Again, Colorado's the 38th state. Kobe died exactly 38 weeks after his wife's birthday, when, of course, he had the affair with the woman in Colorado. At least so the story went. But his first ever uploaded video was December 23rd, 2016. We'll come back to that. Notice, this was the game between the Lakers and the Nuggets the night that he died. Lakers lost with 126. Kind of reminds you of Kobe's death anniversary, 126. This man uploaded his first video in the same year that Kobe retired, right? Kobe finished his career against the Jazz in 2016. But Lakers lost that night 126 to 131. Notice, from his anniversary of creating his YouTube channel to his death was 303 days, like Colorado's the 303 area code. There were 257 points in that game. Los Angeles Lakers equals 257, like blood sacrifice. Don't forget, that's the 55th prime number. And the man who went on to become the 55th Speaker of the House, who's from the Los Angeles area, his 55th birthday was on the day Kobe died. But yeah, this was the game right here. And the Lakers even had 67 points at the half in that game. They were trailing 67-71 at the half. Found dead in the mail room. Mail room has that gematria 42 like Lakers. Again, 42 is the number stamped all over Black history. Names like Jackie equal 42. Look up the first Black baseball player to play in white Major League Baseball. It actually wasn't Jackie. It was a man named Moses Walker, which equals 42, and he played in 42 games. But again, 1,042s in Black history, from slavery to Tuskegee to February to the N-word to Huxtable to Cosby Show to Malcolm X to Martin to Muhammad Ali to guys like LeBron James, and on and on and on. So yeah, I do find it interesting too how he died 21 days after uploading the video on the 21st of February about why he's leaving Los Angeles. Again, Lakers. Lakers is 42 when you run it in reverse, 21 when you run it forwards. But yeah, how perfect. And also about this 303 thing, from the day that he uploaded his first video to the day he died was 3,000 in 3 days. A very similar number, 3003. So. And again, you wonder, man, I mean, how is it so perfect? Who was his parents? Was he one of these guys born to be a celebrity YouTuber? No. How can it all be so perfect? Coordinated with the Lakers season, their opponent. Again, Colorado equals 38. It's the 38th state in order of statehood. That's another thing. His surname alone, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but Enawali his surname alone, you can see that it equals 38, like Colorado, like death, like murder, like killing, like RIP. Again, like how Kobe died exactly 38 weeks after his wife's birthday. There's a lot to Kobe's death. But yeah, P2 is the name. There was one other thing about him dying at 26. Remember, Bryant equals 26, like Jordan, like game, like athlete, like God. Again, Kobe dead on the 26th day of the year, the anniversary of Bear Bryant's death. He did die 62 days before his upcoming YouTube anniversary. The Reflection of 26, Sacrifice is also 62. And he was found dead 101 days after his last live video. 101 is the 26th prime. Philadelphia is also 101, Kobe's hometown. Remember, LeBron passed Kobe in points scored the day before Kobe's death, and he did it in Kobe's hometown, Philly, dribbling over the Black Snakes. And Kobe fell to fourth in points scored when 4 is associated with death. Again, this man was on the verge of 4 million subs. 4 associated with death. You see that Everest movie they just added to Netflix, if you have that. Part of what leads to the tragedy is the leader of the group decides to go 2 hours extra to help one man get up to the top of the summit because he was running slow, but he really wanted to make it. And you could tell the guy it's supposedly based on a true story, but he's battling with the decision of, oh man, should we go past the time frame? This is dangerous, but man, he really wants to be up there. And it shows that they end up reaching the summit at 4 p.m. when they're supposed to all be up there by 2 no later because they got to head back. And sure enough, by that decision, almost everybody ends up dying, but they got to put right on the screen 4 p.m. right before everybody starts to die that does die in the movie. And again, these things aren't an accident. You pay attention, Hollywood's doing this stuff all the time. The occult is into this numbers thing. The mainstream normies, with the small IQs and the low attention spans and they think they know everything. They look at it, they're like, oh, that's dumb, numerology. Well, it's not dumb to the occult. This is what they're doing all the time. That's why they make songs and movies and shows about it. That's why this same stuff keeps happening. I keep educating about the same thing. On average, how often do I talk about an entertainment related death in 67 and 38 and 4? I mean, over 11 years, I'd say the average is more than once a week. That's quite a few examples. Some weeks they'll just be like a pile of them. It's like, okay, how many more examples do you need? You think the whole world would wake up? You think the channel would grow to 400 million subs just this week alone? But no, YouTube keeps you buried. Make sure nobody knows what's going on. I mean, how could they let this get out on YouTube when they take out their some of their top performers like this? This isn't the first YouTuber we've seen go out by the numbers. So the Pulse nightclub death in Macedonia just hours after the Ides of March ends. Here, just to make a point about the same number, 38 in death. This happened in the town of Kachani, if I'm saying that right. Kachani in the base ciphers. 34 and 38, just like murder is 34 and 38. And did you notice the 61? Look at Ides of March, right? They go in the club on the Ides of March, day connected to killing, and they don't come out. But Kachani's got the 34 and 38, just like murder. And Macedonia also has the 38. And, of course, Fire has the 38 as well. Saying Fire took out a lot of people in the club. And the deaths happened early Sunday, hours after the Ides of March ended. And we had Sunday circled at the beginning of the year. It's the kill date for the month. Next month, it's going to be April 15th. And then it'll be Israel's birthday, May 14th. That could get wild. And then it'll be June 13th, the day leaving, 201 days left in the year. And then it'll be July 12th. And then it'll be August 11th. That's hip hop's birthday. Watch out. And then it'll be September 10th. And then it'll be October 9th. And then it'll be November 8th. Oh, that's always a fateful day anyway, because 118's like death. Death and homicide equal 118. And August 11th can also be written that way. That's the day Robin Williams died. What year was that? That Robin Williams died? Was that 2014? Man, time flies. Or hold on. Yeah. I think it was 2014. But anyway, the kill date. What makes the kill date the kill date? Notice in the base ciphers, kill equals 64, 44, 28, and 17. There's one day every month that with the date numerology pass will equal 64, 44, and 28. And then one time a year it'll have all 4 dates because it'll fall on the 17th. That was last month. Last month, the kill date fell on the 17th of the month. It was February 17th last month. And So anyway, it's the kill date with the 64, 44, 28 date numerology. In Jewish gematria, kill equals 59, like how they're saying 59 are dead. But they're saying it was a pyrotechnics accident that led to the deaths of these people. And just look at how Pulse Nightclub, and I do realize nightclub's supposed to be one word, but it's the same spelling, so it's not going to make a difference in the gematria. Notice how Pulse Nightclub is 74. Again, Ides of March, the 74th day of the year. If you're new here, that's a big one. Again, killing 74. Very fateful pattern. It explains why 3 of the first 5 U.S. presidents died on 7/4. When holidays 74, and so is Independence Day. You had that huge earthquake. Energy is also 74 in Southern California, where the epicenter was on a military base. And that's a reminder that they built big bombs and they use them for experiments, because that word is also 74, nuclear and weapon. And don't forget Trinity, as in the Trinity test, which was the first test for these big bombs. But anyway, Ides of March, pyrotechnics, Pulse Nightclub, all 61, right? And again, the 74 also in the club name to go with the 74th day of the year. Pyrotechnics and Pulse Nightclub, same numbers. Ides of March is a reshuffling of that 169 is 196. They said there was a rap group, a rap duo at this concert. And we'll get to where they fit in with the last Pulse Nightclub killing. Their group name was DNK. DNK, you see the 16. What day are they dead? They're dead on the 16th of March. DNK is also 29, like Fire's 29. In the Pulse Nightclub shooting, it was a 29-year-old shooter. And the victims of the group are Vladimir Blazev. He literally has Blaze in his name. From his birthday to the death was exactly 33 weeks into his age. Remember, Sunday is the one day of the week that has the gematria 33. Obviously, important number to secret societies and Masonry. He was 45 years old, hip-hop guy in Macedonia. Hip-hop's got that big 45 connection. The other guy's dead 35 days after his birthday. Rap is 35. We'll get to how Rapper is 74, like the Ides of March, also 38, as we talked about, also 34, like the location. But the 88, here's where the 88 is interesting. From the Pulse Nightclub shooting, June 12th, 2016, to this incident was exactly 457 weeks later. That's the 88th prime number. 88th prime number. And another thing that's 74 and 88 goes with where the Ides of March came from, the Holy Roman Empire, which is 74 and 88. Holy Roman Empire, 74, 88. So, one other thing that's interesting is some places, instead of calling it the Pulse Nightclub, refer to it as Club Pulse. It has the 111. Remember, in the Sumerian cipher, anything that's 111 is 666. You just multiply by 6. You could also say that the guy who died 35 days after his birthday died on the 36th day of his age, and 666 is the 36th triangular number. So, but yeah, the Ides of March comes around, and the death and the killing always comes around as well. Okay, now the former Sonic, Slick Watts, who joined the Sonics in 73, is dead at 73. I mean, how obvious is that? Again, sacrifice equals 73 in the most simple cipher. Turn this off. And you throw a ritual in front of it. Ritual sacrifice, also 73. And in light of the former Sonics team becoming the Oklahoma City Thunder, oh, by the singular, right? He died on the Ides of March also. So Slick Watts died on the Ides of March, the 74th day of the year. Keep in mind, if you died age 73, it means you died in your 74th year of life. The Sonics played at Key Arena on the 74-acre Seattle Center. I know that because I used to live right across the street from it. But again, you go there, it shows you Seattle's on the 47th parallel. Big number in Seattle is 47. Of course, 74 is the reflection, but the singular, he was a Seattle Sonic, 74. Getting dead on the 74th day of the year. But look at his name, and even with his nickname here, Donald Earl Slick Watts, 223, right? The Sonics team became the Oklahoma City Thunder, 223. And remember, the Sonics were related to the big boom sound in the sky from planes because Seattle's the land of Boeing, the airplane manufacturer. They went from one sound to the Oklahoma City Thunder, another big boom from the sky. But anyhow, Donald Earl Slick Watts, full name with the nickname 223 like Oklahoma City Thunder. Donald Earl Watts has the 52 in it, like Oklahoma City, and the abbreviation OKC, which they often wear on the jerseys. Donald Watts, 133 like Oklahoma City. Donald Watts, 65 like Oklahoma City. Slick Watts, his nickname is 29 like OKC. 133 like Oklahoma City. Watts has 83 as a surname, like murder in Colorado. Remember the Watts family killing in Colorado? It also has 34 like murder, 11 like OKC, 52 like OKC. I mean, how connected, right? Like, how perfect. How many connections this guy has in numbers to the new Sonics team, which is having a dominant year. And we'll see how far they go. We said at the beginning of the year, expect them to do very well. And don't forget how this NBA season began. LeBron Raymond James, opening night of the league. Lakers opened the season up. It was the first father-son duo with the Griffies in attendance. The Griffies who made their name in Seattle. Seattle Sonics won the championship in 79. And I forgot to mention, Slick Watts' career ended in 79. So the man who's dead also died, or his NBA career ended in 79, whereas this is the 79 season. But I'm saying LeBron's opening game, his full name is LeBron Raymond James. He stayed on 79 home losses with the Lakers. Got his 205th win with the Lakers. And then remember, near the end of the game when the Lakers had it put away, they announced the death of the Cy Young Dodgers pitcher. Cy Young 79. Fernando Valenzuela is who that was. 79. And that was on the eve of the Dodgers starting the World Series and going on to win the World Series. But yeah, it's business as usual. So. Let me pull up his basketball reference here. He Jesuit educated, by the way. He went to Xavier, Society of Jesus 79. Just another tie-in, just Jesuits. What else is new? But yeah, his last season was the 78-79 season with the Rockets. Played Seattle. Looks like went to the New Orleans Jazz before they became the Utah Jazz. But yeah, last year, 79. So RIP to him as well. And then Israel ending the ceasefire today. Talk about by the numbers. Again, we're very close to Israel's 77th birthday, which will be May 14th. And look at it. Judaism is 77. Zionist is 77. Right? We talked about this a million times with Israel. So on the 77th day there, and again, the Pentagon funds Israel from the 77th parallel north. And don't forget the United States equals 77, and you can't spell Jerusalem without USA. And this comes 57 days after Trump took office. You know, you could also say it was his 58th day of being in office. Jews is 57. Jerusalem is 58. And the other thing is today's date can be written 18/3, right? 18/3, 183, order out of chaos. The phrase is also 75. And today is 75 weeks and 3 days after the war began. Again, that is the motto. Order alone is 75. We said years in advance why a major war would start when Israel was 75 years old because of the New York Times headline from October 6, 1940. A date with 75 numerology. The headline that day is New World Order pledge to Jews. New World Order 75. Again, Catholic Church is 75. Roman Catholic is 75. Catholic alone is 145. Like there's 145 more chapters in the Catholic Old Testament. And that's why Israel was created on 14/5. And David Ben-Gurion's the first prime minister. And everything else we talked about Israel 1,000 times. But here's the other big thing that I thought about. This Sunday will be March 22nd. Or hold on. Let me make sure I got that right because I'm working on lack of sleep. Today's the 18th and it's a Tuesday, right? Hold on. 19th, 20, 21. It's Saturday. Saturday's the 22nd. So Saturday will be the anniversary of Hamas attacking Israel. And then Sunday will be the anniversary of Israel attacking or declaring war on Hamas. And when I say Hamas attacked Israel, we know what really happened. But again, it was 282 days after Netanyahu came back into power by the numbers, but it's going to be 76 weeks on March 22nd, while Israel is 76 years old and change. I remember Skull and Bones is 76, right? Skull and Bones 76, Donald John Trump 76 in the same cipher. We're about to talk about that with the judge. But 322, Skull and Bones is order 322, right? So it's going to be 76 weeks. Here, let's just do this real quick. October 7th, 2023, the day the war began, to March 22nd, Saturday to Saturday, exactly 76 weeks. Again, while Israel's 76 years old. And remember, the day Netanyahu came back into power, I put out a video that day saying why a major war would begin in Israel and start right around the time Yale turned 322 years old. Yale turned 322 the day after Netanyahu declared war, which was 2 days after Hamas supposedly attacked Israel. But 322 was the thing then. Now you got this. Exactly 76 weeks into the war is going to be March 22nd. And should remind you of this phrase right here. Military industrial complex. 322. So, and don't forget, it's also 353, which is the 71st prime. And it should remind you that the war began on Putin's 71st birthday, 71 days for the Pope's birthday. And Trump was doing that whole hell to pay 71 weeks after the war began. And notice he keeps using this phrase, hell, hell, hell. Trump keeps saying hell. He runs on mega, the highest degree of the Church of Satan. We're talking about the synagogue of Satan. But yeah, how perfect it is. And just talking about the same stuff, we'll come to this judge right here, Judge 322 on the 76th day of the year. This was yesterday. But notice also in the morning, this headline, DEI is dead, 57 million. This is 57 days after Trump took office. But yeah, look at this. This was the 76th day of the year yesterday. Judge James Boasberg, 322. Same stuff, just getting put together all the time. I mean, we've shown how this stuff happens so many times. The Georgia Guidestones, which were erected and unveiled with their etchings on March 22nd, 1980. What day did they came down? They came down July 6, 7-6, on George W. Bush's 76th birthday. The Skull and Bones member who was in office when 9/11 and so many things went down. So, and by the way, just another familiar pattern, Judge, gavel, and Trump all equal 25. This ritual happened 25 days after his birthday. He was born the year of the JFK thing. And by the way, did you see JFK files? Did you see that was in the news too? Remember, from the shooting hoax to the Dodgers winning the World Series last year, winning their 109th game of the season, that was 109 days later. And Los Angeles is 109. Yankees is 109. Shooting is 109. Remember, the last 3 times the Yankees and Dodgers met in the World Series, the Dodgers won them all. And it was the year Trump got shot, supposedly, the year Reagan got shot, Hollywood actor with a lot of parallels to Trump, and the year JFK got assassinated. Again, the 2 teams with the 109 connection, and last year, just more obvious than ever, 109 days after the hoax, Dodgers get the 109th win of the year, winning their 8th World Series in their 24th attempt, 4-1. You might have saw that they won today in Japan, 4-1. Close game. We gave the 8 edge to the Dodgers. Dodgers got it done 4-1. LA 41. Last year, 8th championship in the 24th World Series attempt. Tribute to Kobe, winning 4-1. On and on and on and on and on. So, same numbers, same patterns, and simply the same group of adults in the world not getting it. I mean, it should be impossible not to get it at this point. It should be impossible. I mean, started off the month with the Angie Stone death and a major 73 ritual. Super emphatic about it. I can't even keep track of everyone we covered this month, but I know right after that there was another 73 death ritual just days later. This one right here. And they just put it in your face. He was 73. He joined the Sonics in 73. I mean, God. So, all right. Anyhow, got to hop on the Patreon. Thank you to everyone who supports the Patreon. If you guys are interested in the March Madness tournament, we'll be doing that. But, yeah, D26 is out there. RIP to D26's grandmother. His grandmother passed unexpectedly over the weekend. So Send our condolences out there. There's D26. Hope you're doing better, buddy. I'm sure your grandmother was a great person, so you're part of her legacy, and you're a great person, D26. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there for now, you guys, and we will be back soon. It's been tough the last few days because sweet lady's she's nursing something gentle. She's a little bit under the weather. Just been trying to juggle a lot of hats here the last few days, but hopefully get more productive with the videos in the days ahead. So anyway, thanks again to everyone who hits the like and the share. And until next time, Truth Seeker.